Quick update from a hotel room in a beautiful area of Chicago. The episode I recorded for this week decided to evaporate into digital space. So, while I try not to throw my laptop out the window, I still wanted to put something in your feed. I've been working through a few chaotic months, like many of you, and I figured this was a good moment to look back on some of the parts of this show that seemed to hit people the hardest. So today, we're doing something a little different, a collection of moments from the previous episodes. Consider it a highlight reel, or a reminder that even in the middle of a life's transition, I'll be back with a full new episode next week, once I'm somewhere with a real microphone and actual walls. But for now, thanks for sticking with me. All right, let's get to it. This podcast is not for the overly sensitive, the terminally optimistic, or anyone who thinks dating in your 50s is a whimsical romantic comedy. Listener discretion is advised.
Warning, this podcast contains sarcasm, realism, and brutally honest relationship autopsies. You've been warned. This is Girls Can Tell. It's not me, it's you, with your host, Trent Erickson.
So, I ran a little experiment. I created a dating profile. Big deal, right? But not as me, a tall, good-looking guy. Nope. I posed as an average-looking woman, using a normal photo, no filters, no cleavage, no seductive lighting, just a regular-looking woman with my stats. Well, but not 6'6". I didn't swipe, like anyone, or send a single message. And in 24 hours... take a guess at how many likes I got. Nope, higher. No, higher than that. You're not even close. I got 608 likes and 63 messages. Woo. Think about that. A completely average-looking woman who made absolutely no effort had over 600 men throw their hat in the ring in one day. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting like 15 to 20 likes on an average day. And that's as a tall, fit guy with a good wardrobe and actual effort put into my profile. This episode isn't just about the numbers, it's about what those numbers mean, what it can do to you mentally as a man when you know how stacked against you the deck really is, and what it does to dating dynamics when one side of the market is drowning in options and the other side is dying of thirst. Welcome to the 4th of July, or as I call it, Chicago's Great Idiot Purge. Every summer I brace for this invasion. The second July hits, Chicago streets begin turning into a free-range asylum. People I've never seen before, people I'm sure don't exist the rest of the year, crawl out of some city storage unit, ready to wreck everyone's weekend. It's literally a hostile takeover. Think The Purge, but instead of cool machete murders, it's assholes with sparklers and enough weed smoke to choke out the entire Chicago metropolitan area. I saw this guy the other day walking his dog with a goddamn chain from a hardware store around its neck. Not a collar that looks like a chain, an actual chain, like you'd use to chain your bike up in 1982. Now this guy shouldn't be allowed near an animal. He has no idea how to handle a dog. You could just tell he doesn't train it, and he just somehow expects the dog to know what he wants from it by telling it and jerking its chain when he does something wrong. I've called people out on the street for pulling crap like this, literally a couple of weeks ago. This happened to be a woman, but I called her out on it and made her stop. Treating their dogs like shit because they won't put in the work so the dog knows what to do. I just want to take the dog from them, tell them to F off, and push him out a window. These idiots get a dog, realize it's not a toy or a part-time job, and then they end up dumping the poor dog at a shelter after a year. It's not the dog's fault you're an idiot. If you can't handle the responsibility, don't get a pet. It's that simple. Should be a test of some sort. Then there are the that's okay people. The ones who placate you. That's okay, my cousin had that and now he runs marathons. Or, at least it's not stage 4. My favorite. That's okay, my friend's brother died in 3 days. Like I should be grateful for a longer runway to the grave. They think they're helping, but they're dodging your pain with stories. Like as if suffering is a contest and someone else's worst loss cancels out yours. The scariest part isn't dying, it's realizing I lived like a ghost, narrating my life but never really in it. I'd give anything for one ordinary day. Buying dog food, stuck in traffic, the hum of the fridge, but to actually be there for it. You wouldn't know I have cancer by looking at me. I don't look sick, don't act sick, and thanks to modern medicine, I often don't feel sick. So I don't tell people. I wouldn't put someone in that position in the first place. Quite frankly, it's rude. Got cancer? Good. Keep it to yourself. The cancer may retreat, but the fear doesn't. It lingers, shifting shape, creeping in when someone wastes my time, especially in dating. I don't know how much time I have. I guess none of us do. That clarity changes you. I think about all the days I missed, even when I was in them. Like the spring break, I was 17, driving across the country with no solid plan, sleeping in the car at rest stops. I was so busy chasing the next adventure, I didn't notice the way the sky burned orange over the ocean, or how the air smelled like salt and something undefinable. Or the mornings I'd sit with my mom, her sipping coffee, me half listening as she talked about her garden. I'd give anything to hear her voice again, to be in that kitchen, fully there. Cancer makes you inventory these moments. You start to see life as a series of choices. Be present, or you're just wasting time. I watch people now, on the L train, in coffee shops, or stuck in traffic, and they're all half gone, heads buried in their phones, arguing over nothing and rushing through moments they'll never get back. I want to shake them and say, "You're here! Don't you get it? This is it!" But they won't get it. Most don't until something like cancer forces them to. What are we even celebrating? Independence? From what? These people aren't free. They're glued to their phones and couldn't light a firework without the help of a YouTube tutorial. The one screaming loudest about liberty would collapse without DoorDash and a functioning GPS. It's uneducated, pathetic losers. Now, I'm done with that. I'm not saying I call out every little thing. I don't need to get worked over by three guys behind a Fuddruckers because I called out someone for having a conversation loudly on their speakerphone for 30 minutes on the train. But I'm not going to act like I believe you when I don't. I'm not going to smile when you're being cruel just to keep you from feeling embarrassed about it. Some people don't like that. They say I'm too intense or direct, but what they mean is I'm not making it easy for them to keep their phony narrative going. And I'm okay with that. If it means fewer invites to your drunk Uncle Donnie's 72nd birthday bash, cool. I probably wasn't coming anyway. Sorry, Donnie. Every time one of these knuckle draggers leers at a woman, they erode basic human trust. Women learn to flinch, to avoid eye contact, and brace themselves because any random glance from a dude might escalate into a scene. And the rest of us guys who actually know how to behave in public get dragged down with them. We're guilty by gender association. Thanks, Chad, for making every man look like a potential creep. These guys are why women walk faster when they see a group of dudes on the sidewalk. They're why a woman might cross the street when she hears footsteps behind her, and why a simple compliment from a stranger now comes with a mental threat assessment. Is this guy just being nice, or is he going to follow me to my car? You don't get to act like a caveman and then whine when women treat you like one. Stop staring like you're owed something just because she dared exist in your field of vision. She's not a zoo animal. How about the delusion some of these guys have? They think this behavior is somehow cool, like, yeah, I'm a man, I can't help it. No, you can help it. You're not a wild animal in heat. You're a human with a prefrontal cortex, allegedly. Use it. Dressing well doesn't have to be flashy or pretentious, but doing so is about respect for yourself and the people who have to look at you. You can afford a tailor, so why are you out there in a hoodie that's been through the wash so many times it's literally falling off of you? I'm not saying you need to look like a GQ model, but maybe aim for I own a comb or I've heard of buttons. You think anyone wants to stare at your hairy toes in a boardroom because you decided to go super cash in Birkenstocks? I'll answer that for you. No, they don't. I was at a meeting once where the big boss showed up in gym shorts. Gym shorts. Like he's about to do burpees between PowerPoint slides. Nobody was impressed, and we didn't think this magically made him one of us. We were just confused and a little bit disturbed, actually, when he put his leg up on a chair and gave us quite a show. First episodes or drafts are stepping stones, learning opportunities. They're not permanent indications of your talent. You don't owe anyone anything. You only owe it to yourself to put forth the best effort you can. So I hit record and I put it out there, and I kept going. Was my first episode perfect? Hell no. But it was absolutely necessary because without episode 1, there's no episode 24. Every day you don't start is a day you don't learn. Every week you postpone is a week of experience you don't gain. Every month you wait is a month of momentum you don't build. The person who starts something imperfect today will be miles ahead of the person still planning something next year because they're more experienced. Experience compounds. Waiting doesn't. Starting doesn't mean quitting your job or investing your life savings. It just means taking the smallest possible step that moves you forward. Advancement only comes from tiny, repeated actions that become habits that move you closer to your vision.
And it doesn't stop there with these people. They load dishes like they're bowling. They vacuum, smacking every single table leg multiple times. They yell at their buddy 3 feet away like they're across a busy 6-lane highway. And it's about nothing. Jeez, it's like about the weather or something. I heard 2 guys shouting about the heat the other day like it was a life or death issue. It was so loud I thought they were in an argument. I almost stepped in to separate them. It's July. It's hot. Calm the hell down. What did you expect? Also, you're standing right next to each other. Take it down a notch. As I yell. They act like the world is their living room, and we're in the corner handcuffed to the radiator. They don't care who they bother.
So I'm walking behind this woman. She's in her mid-20s. She's got her headphones on, her head down, minding her own business. And a group of teenagers on the sidewalk starts catcalling her. Stuff like, damn, you a sexy bitch, and hey, baby, you're the woman of my dreams. Give me your number. One kid keeps pace with her while walking sideways, getting right in her face like he thinks this is going to work with her. She's ignoring him, keeps her head down, but he's relentless. I speed up to close the gap just in case things escalate. The kid sees me coming, so he peels off. Now, I have no way of knowing what would have happened had I not been 6'6" and right there, or had it been late at night, but it was bad enough in broad daylight with me right behind her. That's what women deal with every day in this city, and it's disgusting. This isn't some third world stereotype where men are jumping out of windows following unveiled girls around harassing them. It's Chicago in 2025.
But don't worry, the same hypocritical dipshits who caused all this destruction in the name of patriotism will be right back to publicly cursing this nation tomorrow, causing a different kind of destruction. I mean, just as soon as they get over their hangovers and peel off their red, white, and blue half-tops. You can leave a voicemail from our website, girlscantellpodcast.com, and you'll see the voicemail button on the right lower side. It looks like a microphone. I think you'll figure that out. It's on all the pages. You can always email us as well at girlscantellpodcast@gmail.com. Find us at Girls Can Tell Podcast on X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you're spending your time, where new videos are released daily. New episodes drop every Tuesday, and make sure you subscribe, leave a review, comment, and rate the show. You can do it all from the website, girlscantellpodcast.com. And I realize I've been a little angry these past couple of episodes, and I get the emails telling me this. There's been a lot going on in my life recently, so maybe that's why. But I hear you. Stacy, Anton, Kim, and Richard, just to name a few. And I promise to come back next week with some lighter stuff so I don't, scare the kids listening with you in the car. Yikes. Ooh, boy. Sorry about that.